And goes. Okay. So if you go, a little over or under, that's okay.
All right, no problem.
It doesn't have to be we'll evolve into that where we have a red and a green in the back of the room, but we'll get there.
How's it going?
There he is.
He's ready. He's rehearsing.
Sorry, man.
That's all right.
I think we're
Yeah, I'm great.
Yeah, I saw you earlier.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah. So
I'm going to take a couple more minutes to get your coffee and your muffins, and then we'll get started in the next 3 or 4 minutes, okay?
Appreciate that.
What's going on?
Watch it on live feed.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm excited to talk about it. So,
Good. Well,
all right. Thanks a lot, man.
He's around here somewhere.
Okay, I do want to meet him. Lenka was supposed to introduce us, but I don't think she's not here this
Sitting
week.
down, I think.
Okay.
In the gray shirt.
Okay,
Yeah. I told him
excellent.
ask me questions.
Yes.
He said, "What's such a crowd?"
Yes, please. Yes, indeed. All right, have a good meeting. See you soon. Good morning, everyone. We can grab our coffee and take our seats. That would be great. We'll get started. You ladies, grab your coffee and your scones. And we've got muffins this morning. We're going to get started.
I'm here. We'll do that. Good morning. How are you, Smiling Brooke?
I can hear. I hear people. Good morning, everyone. Let's grab those cups of coffee and grab yourself a biscuit or a muffin and grab our seats. We're going to get started this morning. No, you're fine. Lots of connecting happening this morning as we're all here to do. So if you all haven't had a chance yet, please check in. Let Kauffman know that we are here this morning. They're going to start tracking metrics and giving us all kinds of neat bar graphs and pie charts and things to let us know how many people are coming every day. And then we can look at that across the nation and we'll know exactly how many of us are all seated here together on Wednesday mornings throughout the nation in over 100 chapters. So that's why we ask you to do that. And it also keeps you up to date on everything that's happening with us. So everybody had their caffeine, grabbed some coffee this morning, ready to start the meeting? Yes. Excellent. Good. Well, thank you to the View for another lovely breakfast of coffee and muffins. I want to introduce our organizers. We don't have everyone here this morning, but if my organizers can raise their hands, we've got Lorna over here, Lee back here, got Miss Doris up here, Harry back there, our digital space back there, we've got Glenn in IT and Jackie in social media. And Mr. Dave up here as well, representing our 1 Million Cups wear this morning. Thank you very much. Powerful shirts. Thank you all for coming this morning. And please, if you have questions or when you decide you want to present after this, find one of our organizers and ask questions and inquire. And we're here to answer all things 1 Million Cups. And if you, as an entrepreneur or a small business owner, are interested in either becoming an organizer or presenting, please ask questions. We are here, run for the community, by the community. So if you feel an interest in doing either one of those things, we would love to talk about it. So please find us for those questions. Our sponsors, of course, thank you to the View for this beautiful venue. And they are also feeding us coffee and muffins this morning. So they have supplied all of that for our Wednesday morning. Our media, all of our equipment that you see running around here that has us up live streaming from OIT VoIP. They are a media company all the way down in Miami that's contributing to our success and helping us stream live across all the platforms. And allowing us to do that is Mighty Manatee IT, Glenn, one of our organizers. He's the hardest working equipment hauler in IT on Wednesday mornings, I guarantee you that. And then Print, our print sponsor. We have, as of today, we are official, we have business cards. We're all grown up, so thank you, Ken from Minuteman Press. We're back there hiding. Thank you for donating these for us. So this will help us. They are at the check-in table, so if you know someone that you want to invite or if you just want to carry a few of them around, please grab a few of them on your way out. And thank you again, Minuteman, for donating these so we can spread the word about 1 Million Cups and keep our attendance. Those metrics are going to go off the charts soon enough. So thank you all for your contributions for this every morning. Every Wednesday morning, I should say. Our partners, LEAD, Lake Economic Area Development. They are our kind of all things economic development and keep an eye on workforce and keeping our strong workforce here in Lake County and developing our entrepreneurs. The SBDC, we have a visitor with us this morning all the way from Eustis from our North Lake 1 Million Cups. This is Mr. John Doremus.
Good morning, everybody. I've had 3 people ask me what SBDC is, so you really need to find out.
Indeed, indeed. John is a wonderful asset for small businesses, established businesses looking to pivot, just like those of us that are here at 1 Million Cups. You can get that kind of advice from the SBDC. It's another one of those no barriers to entry.
And Caesar standing back there is in the Groveland office. He does all of my scheduling for me, so it's all no cost, okay? It doesn't cost you a dime. I have clients I've been working with for 9 years.
So John and Caesar are your SBDC contacts. So please, definitely, again, as he said, no cost. It's part of the No Barriers program. We don't want your entrepreneurial idea or your small business idea to not grow or go forward because you have questions about operations. We can handle that. That's one of the reasons that we're here. The Business Incubation Program from UCF, that's also focused on small businesses, entrepreneurial startup, new ideas. They're going to take it big. So when you have questions and you're ready to grow, these are your resources. And of course, the South Lake Chamber of Commerce, always here to support us. And we are very much looking forward to growing our entrepreneurs to feed that beautiful, booming chamber as well. I used the wrong button today. So the mission, as I've said, we're all here to have coffee and connect. What we're really here to do is support entrepreneurs with small business ideas here in Lake County. We want to remove any barriers to education or knowledge on how to start a small business and be that supportive environment and help new business owners, pivoting business owners, established businesses in that 1 to 5 year range grow and develop and change, maybe even pivot. We're here for presentations, not pitches. It's a little bit vulnerable up here. You got to talk about what's keeping you up at night, what it is that you want to do with your business, what's your real desire. So you're here to present and ask for feedback, not necessarily to pitch your concept. Connecting, not networking. Again, it's that vulnerable space. It's that safe space where I'm really here to connect with you and help you elevate your business and help get over whatever that challenge is. For the community, by the community, again, all volunteer. Our organizers that I introduced in the beginning, we are all volunteers because we believe in this program and we believe in Lake County and we want to see that entrepreneurship and small business continue to develop here. So again, if you have any interest in presenting or becoming an organizer, please find any one of us. We'd love to talk to you about anything 1 Million Cups. And again, radically and intentionally inclusive. Neighbors helping neighbors, friends helping friends. If you have an idea that you just need to hear yourself say out loud, maybe it's a great one, maybe it's not, you're gonna get that feedback here. So first timers on this holiday week, we still have a fantastic crowd. Whose first time is it this morning? Lots of new faces, excellent. Well, thank you all for coming to connect over conversation and coffee with your community. And again, if you have any questions, please find one of our organizers. And thank you again for coming. We're here every Wednesday. And if you, whether it's your first time or not, are so motivated that you are wanting to present, this is a great space to talk about your ideas and your small business. Again, 1 to 5 years old, or if you're pivoting, you're adding in a new service or a new kind of an idea and you want to say that out loud to other small business owners, this is the place. All industries, it doesn't matter. It runs the gamut. Some of the most, amazing ideas that you've ever heard, and then some that are just fledgling that you haven't even been able to flesh out yet. This is a great place to do that. So the only thing that we do ask is that you're open to that community feedback and that community connection, and that you're open to kind of some constructive criticism and feedback. There is the website for applying to present, and then on our new business cards has that same card, and then it has the check-in and also the application to present. So even if you leave here today and you go, oh, I should have done it, you can still do it. So grab your card and log in.
Hey, quick thought. There is in the queue for presenters, we're booked until the 23rd of the month. So if you're thinking about presenting, it's going to be at least 4 weeks, so it gives you plenty of time to get your presentation together, and it's not like you'll be presenting next week. So there is a bit of a queue, and we'd love to have you. So if you're thinking about it, you're going to do it, then you're going to have more time to practice. Just wanted to throw that out.
That's a great point. And Harry, who is leading the charge on kind of coaching and working with our presenters, it's not like we just say, hey, give us a PowerPoint and we throw you up here. There is some back and forth. There's some collaboration. There's a lot of support with all of our organizers who, again, have all different aspects of their business and aspects of their personal lives that they bring to the table. So we work with you throughout the lead up to your presentation to hone that presentation and make sure that you're going to get the best feedback from the audience and the other small business owners that you can get. So here is our icebreaker today. So everybody get your thinking caps on, and it's music bingo night, which I didn't even know, so this works out very well at the View. So if you're interested in staying, but you better get your table, it starts at 6, you better get your table at 4, I hear, because it's competitive here. So think of a song that captures your company's mission, vibe, energy, doesn't matter. It can, again, run the gamut. What country, hip hop, rock, where is your brain going when you think about your company? So let's hear what your soundtracks are. I know we've had some people thinking about it. IT, what say you on your theme song?
Thunderstruck by AC.
There you go. I like it. Oh, got one.
Don't Stop Me Now by Queen.
Excellent. Who else?
I'm going to go slightly different direction. Broadway, My Shot by Hamilton.
Oh, nice. I like it. Jax? Mm-hmm. No. Okay, all right. Sandra, did you have one? I like that. Mission Impossible. Yep, I like it. And Sandra does have the appropriate vehicle. She drives a giant Hummer. So if you hear Mission Impossible on your radio and you see a Hummer in your rear view, you might want to change lanes. So. Who else? Who else is feeling it? All right.
Good morning. My name would be Money, Money, Money.
Perfect. Beautiful.
Don't worry. Be happy.
Excellent.
This girl's on fire. But I have to share what Chuck just said. Is it okay? Chuck said, I don't know why, but pour some sugar on me.
Oh, I like it. I like it.
That was yours, actually. That was yours.
We all get to make our own inferences there, Chuck. Thank you for that one. We've got a couple more back here.
Hey, everybody. Rosa here for Small Cakes Clermont. And the song that I think of every time I have one of Bailey's amazing desserts is Sweet Thing. You make my heart sing.
Nice. Very good. Saw a couple other hands.
Should I say it? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, everybody. Mine is Samia here. My first time here today, so it's beautiful. Thank you so much. Thanks for the invite, Lee and Lorna. Mine says, hey, what's going on from Four Blondes? And I say, hey, hey. I said, hey, what's going on?
Yes. Beautiful, beautiful. One more. There's one more. Ken, what do you have?
So we actually created a theme song for our brand, Rockstar Expedition. So we have our own theme song that we play.
Excellent. And if we come to music trivia tonight, might be able to hear it, right? Okay. He wears many hats. So that's our printer for our business cards, and then also he will be here tonight. I'm telling you, at the View, it's a serious game. So I will tell you one of my favorite, and this is an actual 1 Million Cups experience from Eustis a few months back. We had a lady that is just moving into town and was looking to break into kind of the pet sitting business in the Eustis area. And so we had a question similar to this, and we were able to figure out that it was in fact her that let the dogs out. So now we know. So housekeeping, let's just keep those side conversations to a minimum now. I know we're all caffeinated and excited with rock songs flowing in our head, but we're going to give our presenter his 6 minutes of time up here. We've all checked in, so let's mute those cell phones in case of distractions, and everybody fix your hair and look good. We are live streaming on 2 of the 3 platforms. I think we might be getting close to being able to break into LinkedIn, but for right now, we are Facebook and YouTube. So there's also links on our new business cards for that. So I'd like to welcome our presenter for today, Mr. Maurice Sanders with Easy Drink.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming out. My name is Maurice Sanders, founder and CTO of Easy Drink. We've all been there before at a bar, club, festival, or event. And you spend more time waiting in line than you actually do enjoying the event. Or you're at a fair and with your friends and your family, and this person wants this, somebody else wants that, and somebody else wants this. After about 2 to 3 hours in the hot Florida sun, the kids probably don't even appreciate what you just got them, and now you're probably arguing with your friends and family, and it creates a horrible experience. They ask, we're looking for introductions. Who are the forward thinkers at the venues or events that I should be talking to? From pilot to paid. How do I structure pilot programs that actually convert to paid contracts? How do I prove it? What metrics do I track to demonstrate the ROI to venue partners? And the industry connections. How do I connect with promoters, influencers, and other industry magnets that have a database? My story, I'm passionate about optimizing our leisure time. For millions of us, bars, festivals, and clubs are where our relationships are born and memories are made. My motivation behind this all is that We invest in these experiences to create great memories, not frustrating and stressful ones. And we fix that. My mission, whether it's the college grad hitting the bar scene for the first time, we all deserve the best experience, or the dad trying to look for something for his children. I can't guarantee better drinks or perfect food, but I found a way to fine-tune the inefficiencies of the bar experience. The problem, we're like Amazon for events. Obvious in hindsight, but no one's done it at scale. People wait 15 plus minutes for their food or beverage, and many just choose to leave, which leads to lost revenue for the owners. Staff is overwhelmed, and customers are just frustrated. How many times have you left an event because you waited too long to spend your hard-earned money? The solution? Padded pitting, silent ordering. Customer scan a QR code, customer places their order, customer actually enjoys the moment. Our target market. Our pilot strategy is to entrepreneurial events and demo those to business owners, because they're connected to the venues where Easy Drink can have an impact. Then leverage that social proof to convert to core customers. Who are our core customers? Bars and clubs, festivals and fairs, food truck events, and any venue where people wait. My challenge, the prototype is built, easydrink.us/demo. We're struggling with selling. Challenge number 1, pre-revenue, we need funding. Number 2, we need 2 to 3 pilot program partners. And number 3, we need revenue producing partnerships. My current approach, I'm taking action, but I do need some help. Using LinkedIn Sales Navigator for outreach, grassroots interviews with customers and staff. One thing I do like is that whenever I talk to Easy Drink about someone, they love the idea. I see a smile on their face because it's an immediate problem that can be solved. I visit local bars during slow periods to talk to the decision makers, local Chamber of Commerce events and network events. A launch party planned for the end of the year, and presentations worldwide. This is our first presentation, so I'm excited about it. And easydrink.us/demo, you can click the QR code to see the demo live and in action, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn. And back to the ask. Thank you.
Thank you, Maurice. So obviously we've got someone who is passionate about solving a problem out in the community. So I'm sure all of you can relate at some point, festivals, fairs, bars. What are your questions and suggestions for Maurice as he scales this business? Back here to Nathan.
My name is Ken. Maurice, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
The thing that caught my eye in your presentation is ROI. How do you convince a bar owner about ROI? And I think the first phase of that is you have to determine how many drinks each bartender is serving per hour now, and then by implementing your program, how many more drinks can they serve per hour? And that's your ROI. Your proof of concept really needs to come from presenting it to a bar, offering your service for 30 days, to determine how well it works for them. Based on my experience, I started a program here at the View. They were unsure of it. I told them, give me 30 days unpaid to prove concept. If I prove concept, you retroactively pay me. And we've been at the View for almost 2 years. So that's one way to get in the door, prove your concept, and then you've got that client, and that client becomes a salesperson for future clients.
Thank you. In fact, I'm going to write these down on my phone. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get you all the feedback.
Okay.
Glenn's
Okay,
keeping
all right.
track of everything. Yep.
Anybody up front?
I'll email this to you later as well. But Starter Studio has a program that is introductory. It's $300, and it's the idea stage, so much where you're at. And that really helped me get through the validation from all the customers that you're seeking. Second, I would really recommend computer vision for that ROI. Much like Starbucks has created that through their drive-through. If you can create that for restaurants, especially during those high volume period of time where you can track wait time, If you can prove a 5-minute wait time reduced to 2, you will make hundreds of thousands of dollars off of this.
Thank you.
Colin Van Exel from Accelerated Sales. Two things. One was you did a really good job of defining the problem for the customer, but I haven't seen the problem you're solving for the bar, right? And so sometimes I know you're up there, you don't have enough time to go through everything, but that's one thing I'd be interested in because that's to everyone's point about calculation. And then the other part that you didn't cover that I was just curious about is how do you make money? What's the revenue recognition from your standpoint? I'm assuming the bar is paying, but you didn't get into that too much either.
Well, I wanted to answer the question.
Please.
Great question. For number one, as far as the reason why it helps the establishment is because instead of, we've all been to a bar before, people are waiting in line. Now you got a frustrated and overwhelmed bartender or a server or whatever it may be. You got a frustrated and overwhelmed customer and those two people meet. It's not going to be a good experience. So we can have the customer just focusing on enjoying their time and the bartender can focus on making great drinks or great food or beverages and not being overwhelmed when a customer finally gets in line and they don't even know what they want. So that's part of that. As far as the second part, either transactional fees through the customer or through licensing fees with the establishment.
John DeRamus, SBDC. What's your gross margin? What's your targeted gross margin on your products? Not your net, pre-tax, but your gross.
That's a great question. I haven't really looked at that part yet. Our goal is to scale to be able to either do an IPO one day or get bought out by a major competitor. But as far as the gross margin, I need to focus and look at
Just a suggestion, should be somewhere in the range of 50, just so you know.
Okay.
Hi, good morning. My name is Jared Taylor. I'm the founder of Sugarloaf Partners, which is a fundraising consulting firm for nonprofits. I just had a few questions and wanted to share some feedback, so please take it because it comes from a place of love. I used to make mead and beer back years ago. I don't drink alcohol anymore. And something just to share, this is a scientific fact, there is no safe amount of alcohol. Even 1 drop it's not good for you. That's a fact. My concern for your business is that, however you generate your revenue, there's a profit margin tied directly to the consumption of alcohol. So you as a business owner have a legal obligation not only to these customers to not overserve them, to include messaging about the risk of alcohol consumption, just like the cigarettes have, as well as I also think about your liability of there are people that get overserved. All it takes is one person to get killed in a car crash, family comes and sues the bartender, sues you. Is the juice worth the squeeze? So I don't say that to judge or to scare you off, but just to say there's a cost, there's a societal harm, you have a legal obligation, a moral obligation to mitigate that, and I hope you do.
So hi, I'm Jim Alifat from the Orlando chapter. So I got a couple of questions. I'm trying to wrap my head around your business model. Is this more like a catering or something you want to do outside of the restaurant? If you can clarify that, then I'll ask you the next question.
Okay. No, this is when you're actually at the event and you're waiting in line as opposed to, like, for example, DoorDash, you're at home, you get your food delivered to you. It's basically DoorDash within the actual environment. I did want to touch on what you said as well, where we have an ability to kind of target any niche that we choose. And so it could be the festival scene, the bar scene, fairs, anywhere where you wait in line. I did have to kind of niche it down to something, but I do appreciate that, and that has been a thought process. And one thing I did want to mention was part of if somebody can't order from their phone, they're probably not in a position to continue to drink anymore. And also it's on the establishment to make sure that their bartenders and their servers take that due diligence as well. Hopefully I answered your first question.
Yeah, kind of. I'm still, because when you say an event, I mean, to me, that's like a mobile event. That's not something where the bar is located. And if that's the case, then what type of licensing is going to be involved, and kind of like what this gentleman talked about, the liability and stuff that you have involved there. And you really didn't give us a good idea of what your income model is. How do you expect to monetize this? And, kind of how are you going to get these venues and stuff, or the different facilities or bars to be able to come in and want to participate with you? What's in it for me? I mean, I owned a restaurant for over 20 years. So what's in it for me to do that? Why wouldn't I just go and create a catering division where I can take my own alcohol out and do what I need to do on a venue like that?
Okay, I can touch on that. Well, we're actually in your establishment, and we're connected with your point of sale service. And so what happens is that when a customer places an order, they then can get served just as if they placed the order with the bartender. What's in it for the customer, for the establishment owner, is that staff is able to more efficiently process orders. Staff is also less frustrated. And if staff is less frustrated, they're able to provide a better experience, and customers are getting a better experience, organically, I feel it will lead to better profits for the owners. And I'm sorry, is there a second part to that question I might have missed? Or?
No, you just kind of raised another question, though.
Okay.
Again, I'm still trying to clarify. Are you talking about being on site where a restaurant is? Because you can go into like a Longhorns and scan the barcode menu and order right there.
Right.
I mean, there's no need for this service to do that there. So I'm still trying to figure out, what makes you unique?
Okay, great question. Well, prime example, one day I was at Trap Karaoke. It was at the House of Blues. I think it was October or November. It's like karaoke for rap music. And so it was a 3 or 4 hour event. And 2 to 3 of those, half of that time was people just waiting in long lines to get served. And the other half, they were actually able to enjoy the event. And so I haven't seen it where someone has done this at scale, where especially at fast-moving environments. Like, yes, Longhorn and more so like Olive Garden. That's more for toast, and that's not really my target market. My target market is for fast-paced industries where there's an overwhelm, where people are getting frustrated, where people feel like they're not getting served properly, as well as for food trucks, like at Clermont Festival season, where you got hundreds of people, there's hundreds of vendors or whatever it may be, and there's this long lines, and there's frustration, and there's no real no real way to easily move around the environment.
All right, good morning. My name is Danny with 23.3 Degrees, and I'm excited about the possibility here. I see potential. I see that you are passionate about it. So all of that leads me to think that you're onto something. I do understand the logistics standpoint of what are we missing and how can we kind of refine this to make it more adaptable to what these businesses need. I'm also the event coordinator for Horizon West Happenings. We do a lot of events with food trucks, like you just mentioned. My only question logistically is these are all individually owned businesses. So although it is my event for Flavor Fest, how do I get all 12, 15 different vendors to agree to use the same service? So I want to make sure that that is something that we've thought through. And also, as much as I appreciate these apps, and I know everybody's on board the AI train right now, what happens when something stops working? What have you thought about in terms of staff on site? So when we do have a hiccup, we have someone to turn to and say, how do we get around this? What are our options now? Because that's going to kill your business and your reputation more than anything, is everybody going, well, it didn't work. And then they put their phones down and now they're frustrated. So I just want to make sure we've got that backup plan. So if we hit a snag, that we've got another option ready and waiting.
Right. I could touch on that. As far as once we're signed on with an event or a festival, to speak with those 15 other people that actually do the food trucks or whatever it may be, it's our job to connect with them and to show them value. By having your introduction, it kind of provides at least some social proof. And then what I noticed that people actually genuinely enjoy and see how it can be a viable concept. It's just at the prove it stage now. So the introduction alone should help. And then once, let's say, 2 to 3 people at your event have signed on and they're starting to see the efficiency, then it'll triple from there. And I forgot the second question. I apologize.
No, I appreciate it. And that was a great clarification. What happens if we hit a snag?
Oh. Well, as the CTO, it is my job to make sure that the technical aspect of it is ran efficiently, and we have 24/7 monitoring on that. And so we would, like in the tech space, where like AWS, where you get basically indicators when things are going wrong or when things are getting overwhelmed. So it would be me or somebody else on staff that keeps constant lookout for that. Well.
Anybody else?
Just a question, have you looked at what competitors are out there in this space already, and how do you differentiate yourself from them?
As far as the competitors, it's like in the restaurant space, there's Toast is the big player in that industry. And there are several smaller bars established that you can order from a QR code to place your order. Our goal is to become the marketplace for all of that. So no matter where you go, whether you're at Longhorn or you're somewhere else or you're in LA at a different establishment, as long as they're connected with Easy Drink, there is a Easy Drink knows what you like, your patterns, and what you're more inclined to order. So yeah.
So you can determine really what order history is, what are the popular drinks that people are ordering, that you could give this back to the event organizers or bar owners and say, here's an added benefit. You can see what is the most popular drinks that people are ordering. Maybe you run specials on these. What's more profitable, and et cetera. What's your thought on that?
That's actually our for a particular establishment, the more they use the software, the more we're able to give them feedback on what's working and what's not. At scale, once we have hundreds of thousands of customers using this, then we get the intricate knowledge of what they particularly like and where things are trending as well.
If I could add on to that a little bit, did I see, and we'll come up here too for questions, did you say patent pending?
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
I wonder, and it said integrates with your POS system, your point
Right.
of sale. So is there a market there for, I mean, I'm sure there's several, but are there a handful of POSs that the larger establishments use where you could maybe approach the point of sale at that and be like that value add proposition or that extra, to Harry's point about what is it that's differentiating you, what sets you apart? Well, you can provide that data back to them, but you also, it's a value add for that point of sale. So it's going to increase sales of the establishment. So almost going to the point of sale, because they have to go in and do their sales as well. So have
Right.
you thought about, do you know the handful of the biggest ones that the major operators are using, and have you thought about approaching that way first?
I have thought about it. At the top of my mind is I know of Toast. Like in my business plan, I got 3 or 4 other ones that are other major players in the industry, and so that would be a great idea as well to target those and market to those companies also.
Jumping up here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So reading through the plan, obviously there's something to be solved for sure.
Okay.
But, thank you. Jason from Small Case Clermont. In my previous life, I rolled out Ziosk for restaurants, and one of our challenges when you order online is the ID verification. So I think one thing as you're approaching establishments is how does your app prevent a minor from scanning the QR code, placing an order where they have to go validate the ID maybe at the counter, but that's more refunds and time wasted. So have you thought that through?
I have thought that through. It's a great question. What we're trying to do is, our goal is we're not necessarily taking away the people and the staff from the responsibilities of the staff from the process. We're looking to fine tune the minor inefficiencies in the process. So they will still have to connect with a physical person to show their ID and things of that nature. And they will still, the person who serves them the beverage or the food or whatever it may be, still has to have a connection with the customer. In fact, the part that we pride ourselves on is that the less time that customers are waiting, the less time that staff is being overwhelmed, the more time they can provide better service, and it could lead to an overall better experience.
Hi, Dan James, Leadership and Personal Development Solutions. I was thinking about what you're doing. How much control would I have as the business owner? I'm working in my truck, and all of a sudden I get 50 orders, and I have a kitchen that literally can only put out 10 orders every or an order a minute or whatever. So is there going to be controls in this that is, as the business owner, I can just mute it or slow it down or stop it to where I don't kill my kitchen and basically or my bar or whatever?
Right. Great question. Let's think back like Uber, where if you got 50 people trying to go from Clermont to Orlando, those 50 people are put into a queue, and once they're in the position to get served, then the ride comes and picks them up. And that goes back to the technical part of it, is that it's my duty and my passion to make sure those things don't happen, to make sure that it would be really crazy to invent something that's supposed to be more efficient and take away headaches that adds headaches. And so our ultimate vision is to fine-tune it enough where any inefficiencies that are in the environment we can remove, but we don't want to add any. So the code basically would make sure if somebody is at the point where they have, let's say, 5+ orders and each order takes 10 or 15 minutes, now in the app there's going to be a queue, and so they have to wait. So.
Hi, my name is Doris. I'm a leadership coach and management consultant, and I just want to offer encouragement. I think that you're onto something. I think it's a good idea. I've heard uniqueness mentioned, and you go down the bread aisle, and there's 50 companies all selling sliced white bread, and they're all making money. So I think that it doesn't necessarily have to be unique. You have a differentiation, which I really like. The only other thing that I would add is, well, there were two things. Someone mentioned it already, information. How can you leverage the fact that you're collecting this information as a component with the business owners? Because data is king, and capturing that information and being able to spit that back to the businesses is valuable. The other thing is you're brokering relationships. And so you talked a lot from the customer perspective. Someone called out the business owner perspective, but really in your storytelling kind of message the fact that you're connecting relationships. You're making service better, you're increasing customer satisfaction, but you're helping to build relationships between the client and the business. And I think that that has value as well.
Great. One last thing I did want to speak on, I think to answer your question earlier, sir, was that one thing I noticed is that every industry there is, like, before Blockbuster, there was, before Netflix, there was a Blockbuster. And there's always these times, or before Google, there was Yahoo. And our ultimate goal is to find that niche where it's called a missed opportunity in the market. Like Michael Milken back in the 1980s invented the jump bond market. Even though for hundreds of years we had the stock market, he saw something that was a small inefficiency and created a billion-dollar industry in it. And so we're trying to, I feel the inefficiency is people are not enjoying their experiences, they're getting frustrated, and it leads to, it's a trickle-down effect. Because the worst thing to do is you go out, you spend your hard-earned money, you come home, now you're arguing with your family, you're thinking, so I could just keep my money in my pocket. So.
Just at what stage are you where you could go into an event or a bar like you mentioned and say, let's give this a try, like our friend suggested here, a 30-day trial? Are you in a position where you can offer something like that, see how it works out, what kind of kinks there are, how much time is invested, see what the gaps are, so that you can start figuring out, well, how much do I need to charge for this, where it's a win for the business owner. You'll get the data, you'll show them, drinks, beverages, whatever people are ordering, and then how much does that add to their bottom line? So I think there's a lot of good in setting up 30-day trials. Have you done this, and are you in a position to offer it at this point?
I am in a position to offer it at this point. Great question. We have our prototype, now they call it MVP, where I'm at the point now where I can only do so much in the testing phase. It needs to be out in a live environment to kick out those kinks or knock out those kinks.
So just a thought. I am very familiar with another company doing literally the same exact thing. But what they're doing, what they did was they partnered with a resort. and got the resort to come on board. So now you've got all of your people around the pool and out. And this is definitely, like you're saying, increased profitability because the people at the pool don't have to worry. They don't have to worry about servers roaming around. So an idea, if you are going to go out and do this, you might want to look into some of the local resorts that would be open and willing to let you come in and do this and work some kind of a partnership with them.
Thank you for that.
Thank you. I think we've got a couple more in the back there.
Sweet. And encouragement and feedback, right? Because I know that you've received a lot of questions and as well as a lot of good ideas and concepts. Sami and Alina here with Empire Marketing Agency. I would give you a feedback that during your pilot stage, which is your infancy stage right now, you're in your infancy stage in your business, and thank you so very much for your presentation. You're onto something, hospitality, events, and as well as food industry is a big niche, is a big market. So I know that you're about to like switch and create a new model, which is amazing and great. But I would tell you that during, I can suggest to you that during your pilot moment in time, really give that 30-day trial and focus on one niche that can literally become partnership with you during your pilot, area and your time frame there. So like festivals, major big festivals, major big events. Don't focus on the small ones for the pilot one, right? Collect the data, collect the customers, collect the vendors, right? So that way you can have that, right? So you want to be able to do like EDC, big festivals and events that literally people go to just do that, like really to have a fun time, a fun experience, and that they're going to drink. I wouldn't focus, if I was you, on restaurants or small resorts or anything. I would focus on getting that one event. Hey, can we pilot your one event? And then from here on, do retroactive, like he said, and then basically you have it already. And start building your portfolios of who you have served and who this has worked with during the database in your pilot program. So good feedback, and I'm proud of you, and I wish you the very best.
Thank you.
Ken Rose. So I've heard a lot about your thing. What this sounds like to me is an applet. And as an applet, I see the advantages to it. For example, we travel a lot, we're in restaurants a lot, and the biggest struggle we have is trying to get service. Our server's busy, the bar is busy. So as an applet, if I'm at my table with a group of friends, I can simply clip the app, order my drinks. I don't have to wait online for 40 minutes to try and get a drink. And I think maybe the venue or the way that you earn the money is a percentage of the fee to use the applet. Maybe it's a 1% fee. I know when I'm on a cruise ship, I would gladly pay a 1% fee to expedite my drinks because my server's on the other side of the ship. That's how I see the best use and way to earn money without charging the venue. There's a service fee for the guest to be able to get drinks in a quicker manner.
Great, glad you brought that up. Our ultimate goal is to get to the point where the transactional fees are so exorbitant that the venue said, well, I'd rather pay the licensing fee and keep that in-house. But I'm glad you brought that up. I forgot to mention it.
So it sounds to me like you have some market research. You need to go on a cruise. You need to go to a festival. You need to go visit some fairs.
Right.
You need to go do some market research. So
He can go everywhere now.
that's right. Absolutely. Anywhere Easy Drink can go, Maurice is. So here's his contact information and also that QR code for that demo. So if you all think of anything after you leave here today that you want Maurice to know, get a quick shot of that so you can remember how to get in touch with him. I'm sure he will be happy to have your feedback as it comes to you. Thank you, Maurice.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate it.
I just am hitting the wrong button today.
Yeah.
So here's that QR code one more time to keep up with us and everything that's going on in 1 Million Cups. And if you can't be here in person, follow us on social media on Wednesdays. We do stream live, as you know. Community announcements. If you can think, what do you have coming up in the next week or two that your organization has really important that you would like to invite some folks to come to? Does anybody have anything off the top of there? And this is something new that we're going to start doing, so think about it for next week. We want to know what's going on over in Horizon West. We want to know what's going on even up in Eustis. And I know there's a career expo going on in Tampa next week that There's all kinds of things happening. So
Next week is Sunday I'm having, and I'm sorry, it's not next week. I'm having the second auction at my ranch Sunday at 10 o'clock preview, and then 11 o'clock it starts, and hopefully it doesn't rain. 3111 Smith Road, Groveland. Crazy road to get in on.
that's an event. No, that's an event. That's a community announcement.
Thank you so much. Horizon West Happenings has a ridiculous amount of community events going on. In July, we've got the Kids Expo, everything that you want to go through, all the vendors you want to meet before your kids go back to school, right? And then we've also got a Horizon West networking night where I would love to see all of your beautiful smiling faces. So please go on Horizon West Happenings, and then the more the merrier, right? Healthy ecosystem means everybody gets to thrive.
That's exactly right. Mr. Duran?
For those of you who are familiar with SBDC, I don't know how many in this room, but August 18th and 19th in Tampa, we have a success summit every year, and it's a great opportunity to rub shoulders with successful business people who have used SBDC and help them to grow and succeed in their business. So just an idea.
So if you don't know what SBDC is, that is a great way to go find out not only what it's about, but talk with people who have been through the program and have benefited greatly from it. So that's another excellent opportunity. Anyone else? It's putting everybody on the spot, so that's okay. We want to know what's going on around here, so keep us updated. Let's leave the. You have one?
No,
You good? Sure.
I'll do it.
All right, there you go. There you go. We want to hear what's going on.
I'm sorry. One last thing is there is another networking group that meets every other Tuesday. It's called Clermont West. I was trying to look up the address. I couldn't get it before they handed me the mic. So if you're interested in a group that is about collaboration and cooperation, not necessarily competition, we actually invite everyone to come to be part of our community. And once again, it's named Clermont West Networking. It's every other Tuesday, which is next Tuesday before the next 1 million cups. I want to make sure I got it out to you guys. And if you want more information, let me know. If not, I'll repost on my LinkedIn site as well.
So there you go. A little bit of networking there, a little bit of connecting here. Get everything you need for your small business right here in Lake County. Any other announcements? All right, one request. Since the View is so graciously allowing us to use this place, please tidy up after yourselves, throw all those cups and things away in the garbage cans. Take these 1 million cups cards with you, distribute them, invite friends and family and entrepreneurs and business owners to come see us on Wednesdays. And last but not least, I'm just doing this all day. You are all looking good. The View is looking good. Let's take a group photo. So everyone stand up, get those 1 million cups fingers ready. That pointer finger, that 1 million cups. Gotta specify every time. All right. 1 million cups holiday week. All right, I'm gonna do one with everybody. Ready? 1 million cups. Got it. Thank you all. Have a wonderful holiday. Be safe out there. Thank you so much.
Great job.
Thank you, man.
I think you're onto something there. You got some gestating to do, I think. It's some pilot stuff.
That's the first time I've actually done one. I usually don't have my phone. I was like, let me
Just gotta make sure
phone up here.
they only give you 6 minutes, but I definitely just like fine tuning the
I have them